Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be us testing out a couple new products that I received. I currently went on to Colourpop Cosmetics and I bought two duos by them and an eyeshadow set, I want to say. So that's what we're going to be testing out today, as well as during the Sephora VIB sale, I purchased a Farsali booty oil. I'm sure you guys have seen that all over Instagram, you know, when they like drip it on their face kind of thing. So we're going to be testing those products out today. I actually filmed this video already, but I hated the quality of it. I don't know what was going on with my lighting that day, that it was just so out of whack. So here I am deciding to refilm it for you guys. So it won't be a first impression because I already did that in my last video that I didn't post. So this is going to be like my second first impression, I guess you can say. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I think I'm going to do something really soft and summery with like a bold purple summery kind of lip, like a golden plum kind of look is what I think I'm gonna go for. Just jump right into things, and if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel and you guys are new here, hello, and make sure you hit that little button down below before you go and subscribe and join my little fan that we got going on. But yeah, other than that, let's go. Okay, so first I'm going to be starting off with this Becca First Light Priming Filter. I got this little sample size from Ulta, so we're just going to be using that today. I'm actually going to do the same kind of face routine that I did in my last Kim K video. So I really liked the way my skin looked in that video, so we're just going to kind of copy the same routine. I use a little bit of that primer. And so I'm not going to lie to you guys, I already tested out this oil like 5 times. I don't really like it. I kind of feel like it's an Instagram gimmick. I do like it for skincare, like morning and nighttime, but before my foundation, I don't really like. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to test it out for you guys. I'm not going to drip it on my face because I feel like that is a little bit too much and it makes me a little bit too oily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my beauty blender. Just like 3 drops. I think that was like 4 drops. And I'm just going to go ahead and bounce that around my skin. It is important for your foundation to be laid down on like moisturized skin, but I don't like how when you put too much of this oil, it leaves your skin looking really like dewy and like greasy to me. Some people like that whole dewy like feel, but I don't. I like more of like a mattified, not really mattified, yeah, like I like a matte satin kind of finish, not really a dewy skin. I'm already a little bit oily, especially living in Florida in the summertime. So I guess you could say that's why I'm not into it so much. But if you guys have dry skin, you guys might love this oil because it is super hydrating. Like I said, I like to use it in the morning and at night, more so than using it under my foundation. So we're going to start off with this Makeup Forever HD stick in the color Y365. This is way too light for me, but you guys will see how I like to make it work. Like I said, I don't like to return stuff, so I just make it work and play around with stuff. So you guys don't have to follow this whole foundation routine that I'm going to do. It's a little bit extra, but I love makeup and I like to play, so I like to do stuff like differently all the time and kind of figure out new techniques that I like to do. So obviously you guys don't have to do this. This is just what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm only going to be applying this in like the center part of my face. The beauty blender, just go ahead and push that into the skin. I do like that foundation. It's super high coverage, but I do feel like throughout the day it does get a little bit oily. So if you guys are oily, I would say be really careful of that product. But if you guys are dry skin, you guys might really like that foundation stick. As you guys can tell, this is like super white, but it's going to give us that highlighted look, you know? Okay, so now that we're done looking like a ghost, I'm going to go into this Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade Warm Honey. This is a little bit too warm for my liking, but that's okay because the rest of our face looks super white. So I'm only going to take this foundation on the outside part of my face. So I'm going to use a paddle brush. So I guess you can say I'm kind of contouring with both of these foundations. I just like to play, guys, so this is my way of playing. Go ahead and push that in and dragging it backwards. In a way, this seems really extra, but in a way, it's kind of saving you a step later because you don't really need to go in and contour too much. You can already tell it's like blending in pretty nicely. And with the excess, I like to just go over everything else so it does make everything blend really well. I guess you can say it kind of defeats the purpose, but I feel like it doesn't, so just go ahead and contour your nose as well. Like I said, this is so extra and it's totally unnecessary, but I like just to play with makeup, so it's just stuff that I like to do. So if you're like me and one day you're feeling brand new and you want to try new stuff, just go ahead and test out some of the stuff that I do. I just like to play and like figure out new techniques and just figure out other ways to apply makeup that are fun, you know? This is totally not an everyday routine, but just giving you guys a disclaimer. You can see like that pretty sharpened up my nose pretty well. Okay, now that we are pretty blended, I'm going to jump into concealer. And sometimes I have a love-hate relationship with Tarte Shape Tape, but I tried it out the other day and I did literally like one drop in the inner corners and I loved the way it made my inner corner look. So for me, I guess the less the better with the Tarte Shape Tape kind of thing. So it's all personal preference. But here I'm going to go in with Tarte Shape Tape in medium. Like I said, I'm only going to put a little bit because a little bit goes a long way. And you don't really need to put any in the center of your face because you kind of already did that, but I'm just being extra once again. I'm going to show you guys how much this really blends out. Like that was only like two little drops. Honestly, feel like me filming in front of this background has like rejuvenated and remotivated me to film again. I know it might sound stupid, but I feel like when you change things up like that, kind of just gives you some more like motivation. I don't know. It might just be me being weird. Okay, so to set everything on our face, I'm going to go in with my favorite right now. It's the Dermablend Loose Powder in Cool Beige. And the reason I like Cool Beige is because sometimes translucent powders can leave you a little bit of a white cast, which some people like that highlighted effect, but lately I haven't really been into that highlighted effect, which is why I'm going in with Cool Beige, which is still light in color, but it has a little bit of a tint. So when you do brush it away, it gives you not such a white stark, it's a little bit more natural looking. And no, you don't need to bake your face like this every day. It's just when I do wear makeup, I do like to do this no matter what. I don't necessarily let it sit the whole time. I just place it where I need to place it and then I go right back in and just dust it away. So I don't really call that baking, I kind of just call it setting. And I'm just going to lightly set there too. This is not necessary. You guys can take like a big fluffy brush and just put that powder all over your face. But this is just like what I like to do. So then once I am done setting it, I'm going to dust it all away. I just feel like it gives me such a lightweight coverage without feeling like I'm adding a lot of product on my face since I'm already going in with a good amount. Let me know how you guys feel about these talk through videos because I do feel like sometimes I'm a little bit boring. So like, I don't know if you guys like talk through videos or voiceovers better. So let me know down below, like, what do you guys like to see better? Like, do you guys like to see talk throughs or voiceovers instead? I'm super excited. I think I have a video idea coming up soon. I'm going on vacation with my husband Memorial Day weekend for like 5 days. So I feel like I'm going to do something a little bit before that and I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm not going to tell you guys yet, just in case if it doesn't happen, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to go in with this Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe, Green Tea, and Cucumber. Okay, so I totally forgot that I wanted to use this underneath my highlighter today, but I already set my face, but whatever, we're gonna figure it out and do it anyways. I'm gonna go into the Sephora Luminizing Drops in Morning Light. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna take a little bit from the dropper and place it on my hand, like literally what's happening right now? Okay, so that is like way too much, as you guys, like, look at that. It's a crazy amount. So I'm only going to take the back of my Beauty Blender and just lightly tap it here, just so I have a little bit, and I'm going to place it right to the top of my cheekbones. I've been using this technique a lot lately, and I've been loving the way it makes my highlighter look. Typically you want to do this before you set your face, but I completely forgot about it, which is why I'm wiping off so much on my arm, because if you go in with a little bit too much liquid, it can take that powder away and begin to kind of ball up on your skin. So you want to be really careful. If you do forget, like I did, you can still pull it off and it'll be fine, but just in case, just wipe off a lot on your skin. Can you guys see like how glowy that makes me? Okay, as you can tell, I have like so much left over. It's totally unnecessary, but it's whatever. We'll just leave our hand really glowy and dewy. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the new, or not new for me, the Alexis Ren Colourpop duo that we have here. And I'm gonna hop into this highlighting shade right here and go ahead and top off what I put on my cheeks. This is a little bit too gold for me, but I like to use this, obviously I'm using it for the video. I wouldn't use this like all the time. I do like the color. It's a little bit too gold. I feel like it would be really pretty on like my collarbones and stuff like that, but I am going to use it today for the color, for the purpose of this video. But this definitely is a true gold highlight, so I feel like this would be better for more darker skin tones. I don't know, you guys might like it on me, but I do feel like it's a little bit too gold, but we're going to use it today. So I'm going to use this Crown 502 brush and just place that on top of that morning light. I look crazy right now, guys. I promise you I'll fix it. Okay, and because I do feel like that's a little bit too gold for me, I'm going to jump into Becca's Champagne Pop and just apply that to the very tops of my cheekbones. And with a clean fan brush, I'm just going to blend that out on my nose. Okay, obviously I know that is like super intense and super highlighted, but once we have the rest of our face on, it will look much better and much blended out later. Okay, so now that we are done highlighting, I'm going to go back into that Alexis Ren Colourpop duo, and I'm going to take the bronzer shade in this palette right here and go ahead and bronze up my skin. We're not going to be really contouring too much because we kind of did that already with the foundation. So I'm just going to be really bronzing up my skin a little bit more with this powder, and I actually really love this powder. It is a little bit orangey, so if you're a little bit on the fair side, this might be a little bit too, oop, I gave myself a bronzer helmet. This might be a little bit too orangey for you, but you could always use this as like, you can always use it as like a bronzing blush topper kind of thing. But if you are more on the medium skin tone, you might really like this color. Especially for the summertime, I really like this because I like a bronzy, glowy skin look for the summertime. So I feel like this is a really pretty combo. Obviously for the fall, this might be a little bit too much, but I feel like for the summertime, it goes really well. As you can see, the highlight kind of blends in a little bit more once we applied everything else. It just looks really crazy when you have nothing else on your face. Now I'm going to stick with that same bronzing powder and just use a smaller brush to really just contour my nose a little bit more. This is a little too orange for a nose contour, so we're going to go really light-handed with this. This powder honestly reminds me a lot of Benefit Hoola. Just a little bit more on the orangey side, but Benefit Hoola is still pretty of like an orangey bronzer. It's not too cool tone. It leans more to the warm side, but this definitely is a lot more orangey, but it really does remind me of it, and it blends out like a dream. I love these duos. I want to try the double play, I think it's called, duo. I think I saw I Love Sarah He say she's coming out with one, so I might just wait and buy that one instead. But so far, I love this palette right here. This is a really good palette. Jumping into blush, I'm going to take another duo that I got from Colourpop called Knockout, and I'm going to jump into this peachy blush right here. This is such a peachy, beautiful, warm, this is such a beautiful, warm, peachy, matte kind of blush. So I'm going to use this with a Morphe and it's so pigmented, so be careful you don't apply too much. I'm going to use a Morphe E4. Just because I want to be a little bit extra, even though I've tested out this highlight before, it's like a really peachy, champagne-y kind of highlight. I do feel like it's pretty subtle. I don't know if you guys can even see it. It's like super subtle and super natural. But I'm just going to go ahead and take that and place it on my cheekbones and see if it gives me a little bit of something, something. I don't really feel like it does anything, but... Okay, so that basically sums up the face. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my Milani Make It Last setting spray and go ahead and set the rest of my face with this. I do feel like all these products sit really well on my skin though. I feel like it makes my skin look very like flawless to me. I mean, I still have like texture, but I feel like for the most part my skin looks really good with this like routine that I did. So I'm going to jump off camera real quick, finish up my brows, and then I'll be right back. Okay, brows are on. I'm so excited because they're getting so thick. Anyways, that's besides the point. So for our eyes today, actually, let me go ahead and hydrate my lips. I'm going to go in with Aquaphor Lip Balm because we are going to go in with some more matte lips today, so I want those to be hydrated and I forgot to do that. Okay, so we're going to go into Colourpop Love is a Flare eyeshadow kit, I think it's what it's called. It comes with these colors right here, these 6 colors. You have 2 neutral like transition colors, a matte brick red, a duochrome greeny kind of gold yellow kind of color, and then 2 olive greens, one a little bit lighter than the other. So I honestly bought these this set specifically because it was on sale for the 2 olive greens because I wanted to create like a matte olive green look. All the olive greens that I always do are more of like shimmery olive greens, and I love the way that matte olive green eye looks look. But I was playing around with these colors in that last video, or this whole set, and it's just Colourpop has such weird eyeshadows. I don't know about their pressed shadows, but their Super Shock shadows are super weird. They're like really cushiony and like bouncy, and I'm somebody who doesn't like to use my fingers to apply eyeshadow because I like to really precisely carve out my lid. So it's definitely something new for me. So if you guys know how to really use these shadows really well, let me know down below what you guys do or how you guys use them and all that kind of stuff, because I love learning obviously and playing around with makeup. So let me know down below. As far as the mattes go in my transition and in my crease as transition colors, those work out great. But as far as using the mattes or the other colors on my lid with like with a brush, it doesn't work out that well. I did use it with my finger, but I just am not a huge fan of it, so we'll see. I'm gonna recreate that look again. Like I said, I'm going for more of like a golden eye and a plum bold lips, more of a softer eye and a bold lip kind of look. So we'll see. So I'm gonna jump in first to the color I Spy, which is this soft, neutral, light, peachy kind of brown color. And I'm just gonna use the same brush I always use, a Sigma E40, and just dust that back and forth into my crease. Let me zoom you guys in for a little bit. Sometimes I don't like to zoom you guys in because as I'm blending, the camera goes in and out of focus. So if that happens, I apologize, but I like to get in there so you guys can really see. Like, I wish I could show you guys like how bouncy this feels. Like if I push down, it goes up on the other side. That's how bouncy it is. Super weird, but it's like pretty cool. I just want to learn how to use them so I can get some good use, you know? So I'm going to go back and forth into my crease first. This is going to be a super simple eye look. I guess you can say this is like a simple summery eye look with like a bold lip. We'll see how it goes. So I'm dusting that back and forth into my crease. I mean, that works pretty well, so maybe it's just me. I'm just used to like pressed shadows, so because these aren't pressed and they're more bouncy, it's like super weird to me, but. So I've been really shopping a lot lately because we are going to Orlando for 5 days with our kids. So I've been vacation shopping. So let me know if you guys want to see like a haul on all the clothes that I've gotten in like bathing suits. Maybe I can do like a try on haul. I'm thinking about doing like a vacation like pack with me kind of thing. So I mean I could probably just combine those two together. Like, do you guys see how long it takes me to like go back and forth and try to really build up this color? Or is it just me? So I got my nails done like 2 weeks ago and I had fake nails on. And you know how sometimes they use like the nail to like scoop up and like push, like peel it off? The lady was doing that to mine and she literally ripped my nail in half. That's why I have like this short stub. It like literally is in half. It hurt so bad. I was like gushing blood everywhere. And like the rest of my nails are long, so it kind of sucks because now instead of me just having my nails with gel, I have to go get fake nails all over again. Whatever. So it is a little bit patchy in that inner corner. I'm gonna go into this brick red color right here called Melrose. And I'm gonna use that same Sigma E40 and just use a light amount of that and dust it back forth into the crease the same way we did with that other color. And then I'll go in with this more precise brush to really build up that color. But I kind of want like a light wash of it for right now. You can tell I'm being like super soft. Like, do you guys see it? It's going on patchy. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, I'm somebody who loves a good flawless face, but I also love some good eyeshadow. You know, like some good blended eyeshadow looks. Maybe because I make videos and I'm a makeup artist, I'm that way. But when stuff is like not working out on my eyes, it pisses me off because I feel like it makes the rest of the face not look good, you know? So here I used a clean blending brush just to really buff out those edges and make sure we don't have any harsh lines. And I'll go back in with that Sigma E40 and just add a little bit more. Now I'm going to go into a Morphe M441, if I can find it. Oh, I just had it. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that Melrose. I'm going to pack it onto the outer lid a little bit heavily, as so. And then once it's really packed on, I'm going to begin to drag it inwards into that crease, kind of building up the intensity of that crease only about halfway. And then I'll go in and fix that in a minute. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that Sigma E40 and just buff out those edges and make sure everything's pretty blended. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. It's going to be such a simple eye look, it's not even funny. One reason it's going to be so simple is because I wanted to use bold lips, but another reason is I don't really know how to use these shadows too well, so I don't want to do anything intense because then if I mess up, then this whole video is pointless. Okay, so I feel like we are pretty good there. Now I'm going to go in with the satiny light peachy color in this collection. It looks like it's like a peachy and gold duochrome kind of color, like a champagne-y, like right there it looks peachy, and when you go here it's like more gold champagne-y. So it's really pretty. So I'm going to go in using my finger because I don't think you're supposed to use brushes with this. So I'm going to go in using my finger and just place that all over my lid. This is gorgeous for the summer though, with some glowy bronzy skin. So pretty. You can totally pair this with like some nude lips too, like nude glossy lips, or maybe some from the Kim K collection, and it would be a really pretty soft look. Like I said, I'm just not a fan because I have to use my finger, and I feel like my fingers are really big, so I can't really get in there too well as much as I normally would like to. Buff those edges out. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of those first two colors, mix them together, and I'm going to dust those underneath my lower lash line. You can barely see that, but you know it's there. Okay, now going back in with that brick red Melrose. Okay, so I think I like it like this, but I think I'm going to go in to this deep olive green and kind of line my lower lash line with that. It's called Head Rush. It's a super pretty olive green, and I'm just going to take a flat definer brush and just line my lower lash line with this. Alright, now I'm going to go into this Rimmel Eye Kohl in Nude, and I'm going to go ahead and line my lower waterline with this, just to make my eyes really open and pop a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara and add some falsies, and I'm going to go in with the Slayla lashes. I love these for a simple eye look with no liner because they're so big and so fluffy, so this is like one of my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. They're so big, so fluttery. I'm actually loving this look. Now I'm going to go in with MAC's lip pencil in the shade Current. I'm going to go ahead and line my entire lips with that, and then I'm going to top it off, I think, using a mixture of Tulips by Colourpop and Panda. I think I might just do Panda instead of Tulips. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips, and then we'll figure it out from there. Now that I have that on, I think I'm just going to stick to Panda. So I'm going to go in with this Colourpop Panda Ultra Satin Lip. So I actually love the way that this turned out. I hope you guys did too, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to what I had to say about the new products from Colourpop and the Farsali oil. Right now, I honestly don't mind the Farsali oil. I kind of think I like how I dropped it on the Beauty Blender instead of dripping it on my face like Instagram. Like I said, unless you have dry skin, you guys might really like that oily look, but I don't. I like more of like a highlighted look, whereas like an overall oily, like greasy kind of feel. But so far I've been liking my face right now. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day, but I definitely do like this for more morning and night skincare. But right now I'm not really minding it. As far as the eyeshadow goes, I love the way it turned out. I feel like these lips really bring out the color in the eyeshadows. I still think that they're really weird and really funky. So like I said, if you guys have played around with Colourpop Super Shock Shadows, let me know down below how you guys use them and give me some tips on that, because I would love to learn, obviously. As far as the duos go, I feel like everybody should get at least one of their duos. They're so pigmented, they're so buttery, they blend out so well. They're literally like $15. I got mine on sale for $12. So I feel like they're worth the money, and they come with a mirror in it for such a cheap price. So I feel like why not? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that little button down below before you go, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.